Hello again, everyone, and welcome back aboard Felicity, November 8033 Foxtrot, a Cessna flight training device that I built at home. Gonna try something a little different today. What I'm going to attempt is based on a video that was sent to me by a friend of mine. That was originally performed by another pilot and a sim pilot, and I'll put the link to the original video in the description here. But essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to lose all of my gauges, everything. I'm going to have a complete panel blackout, and I'm going to be in IMC conditions. And this maneuver will hopefully get me below the cloud layer and get back on the ground safely. So we'll get started here in just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. And Honker, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Alright. So again, we're gonna do this descent procedure that was sent over by a friend of mine based on a video he came across, and again I'll put the link in the description. Should be fun, should be interesting to try out. Also, I am at a new airport that I just designed for X-Plane, so I'm going to check that out while I'm on the ground here as well, kind of a twofold thing. So let's get going here. We are on the ground at Elliott's Landing. That's Oscar 74. It is a private strip here in Ohio. So, alright. So, before we go too much further here, let me just hop out of the airplane. We'll take a quick cruise around the airport. See what it looks like real quick. Let's see. Okay. So we have our taxiway here. There's the FBO. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So again, this is Elliott's Landing. This building here is the plaza, or the, what do they call it? Some sort of restaurant, plaza and inn. It kind of serves as the FBO, and as well as a truck stop and fueling station. Alright, so we look good there. Oop. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to make you dizzy there. Alright. And okay, our strip looks good. Looks like our markers showed up there. Alright. You guys may not be able to make that out very well. Yeah, alright, let's get going here. So I'm using, for this flight, I'm using mostly rear world weather. I downloaded the rear world information, and I cleared out all the cloud layers for now. And then once we get up in the air, I'm going to, first I'm going to initiate this maneuver in VFR conditions. I want to see how the plane actually handles while I can actually see. Because if it doesn't operate as I expect it to, then this maneuver isn't going to be applicable to this aircraft. So let's get going here. Okay, let's see. Hawker says he hasn't been able to catch my streams lately, and that's fine. I totally understand. We all have, own obligations. But interested to see how this is done, and me too. I'm interested to see how this actually works out. So we're going to get going here. Okay, pre-flight and walk-around's already been done. Passenger brief. I'm kind of talking to you, explain to you what we're doing here. And takt time 465.8. Does that match my last out? Yeah, sure does. Alright. Alright, 465.8, and alternate static is off. We'll move right along to our start checklist here. Seat track, let's get scooted up here so we can get to our pedals. Alright, that feels good. I might want to scoot back a little bit. Alright, there we go. Reach the rudders. Alright, avionics are off, autopilot is off. Cow flaps are currently open. Circuit breakers. I will mention that for today's flight, well, for every flight in this fixed base simulator, we are in a Cessna 182. And it's got a 230 horsepower and a new Avcon prop on it. Alright. Avionics, cow flaps, circuit breakers, throttle's quarter, prop is high, mixture is full lean. Okay, brakes on. Alright, brakes on, master on, beacon on. Fuel pump. Rich, lean, fuel pump off. Clear prop. Looks clear on the left, looks clear on the right. Alright. Oil pressure's in the green. Let me connect to my VATSIM network here. Alright. Okay, oil pressure's in the green. Turn our landing light on for safety. Make sure it looks good. Okay. Seatbelt. So get our seatbelt on here. Okay, we're strapped in. Alright, flaps are up, avionics going on. ATIS AWOS. There's not a weather station here where we're at. The closest weather station is in Marion, Ohio, Kilo Mike November. And typically I would not be able to pull that here, but through the magic of simulation, I'm just going to press a button and get it coming in. Because ATIS works on, VHF radio and it's generally line of sight. But, we'll see.
Marion Muni weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 500 scattered, temperature 16, dew point -9. Altimeter 3000.
Okay. I'm gonna get that again.
Marion Muni weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 500 scattered, temperature 16, dew point -9. Altimeter 3000.
Alright. Altimeter 3000. And I always double check, make sure that matches my field elevation. 1045, and we're good. So we got some good weather data. Alright, and this weather data is obviously going to change once I get up in the air because I'm going to make it change. Alright, so where are we at here? We got our weather. Okay, transponder. I've got 1200, VFR, mode Charlie. Okay, attitude indicator, turn coordinator, we'll test all that once we get rolling, as well as the brake test. Okay, heading indicator to compass. Where are we at here? Due north, just about. Okay, I think we are ready to taxi. Okay, let's go in here. Parking brake off. So our winds were calm on our runway choices. Here at Mount Victory, Ohio, at Elliot's Landing gives us 15 and 33. But we're already at the north end, so we'll just go ahead and depart to the south. And then I'll probably go ahead and climb up to about 3,000 feet. And then I'll bring in our overcast cloud layer. And yeah, we'll just see how this descent goes. Alright. Also give me a chance to see how rough this runway is. Elliot's traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot is taking runway 15, going to be departing straight out. Elliot's Landing. Okay. Strobes going on, do a quick run up. Brakes are on, 1800. Left mag, there's my drop. Right mag, there's my drop. Cycle the prop. 1, 2, 3. I always cycle at least 3 times, just to make sure all the oil is moving through there. Okay, suction everything else in the green. Alright, we are good to go. Elliot's Landing traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, taking runway 15, departing straight out. Elliot's Landing. Hold in some rudder, maintain that center. Airspeed's coming alive. I'll go ahead and rotate. Alright, looks like we got a positive climb rate. Alright, we're good to go. Climbing out about 70 knots here. 2,000 feet. We'll go up another 1,000 feet, and then I'm going to start initiating the maneuver under VFR conditions. Again, I just want to see how the plane responds. If it doesn't respond as was demonstrated and as I expected to, then this exercise is going to be kind of null and void. But based on what I understand, this maneuver would apply to any sort of single engine prop, be it a Piper, Cherokee, low wing, or even the high wing, the Cessna 152, 72. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. There's our 3,000. Now I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna trim for 3,000. Alright, so I'm cruising along 3,000 feet. I'm in IMC conditions, and I'm on an IFR flight plan currently. Let's say my panel goes out. According to this procedure, power back. When able, based on airspeed, full flaps. Put them all in. Lastly, full trim up. Let go of the control. So it looks like in this bird there's going to be some right turning tendency. And we're going to spiral down. Alright, so now I'm down to 2,000 feet, but again, I don't know that. The theory is to be able to break through the layer and then be able to scud run to a nearby airfield. Alright, so let's reconfigure here. Flaps back out. Alright. And Brian just chimes in, says, cool, he's going to give it a shot. Well, Brian, I'm anxious to see how that turns out for you. Please let me know. Alright, so let's get back up here to 3,000. And I'm choosing 3,000 because I live in central Ohio. We don't have a whole lot, and ground level here is 1,000 feet, pretty much throughout the state. Most of my training was done at 3,000 feet or less. Alright, so let's let's climb back up. So I'm going to try this a couple different ways. I'm going to try initiating it from straight and level flight in IMC, and I'm going to try to initiate it again, after we recover and climb back up, again from an unusual pitch, attitude, and bank. So. Alright, so we're cruising along here. So I'm at 3,000 feet. Alright, there's my cloud layer. Oh crap, I just lost all my panel. Now what do I do? Alright, power back. I have no idea my current attitude or pitch currently. Power back. I think I'm gonna be slow enough. I'm gonna start putting in my flaps. Okay. Then I'm gonna go full pitch up, trim up. Yeah, didn't look like that one turned out too well. Let's do it again. You know what? It just told me what happened. My flaps were extended. Flaps were extended too quickly. So that's probably why. Alright. Alright, we're going to try this one more time, and we're going to start up, and then I'm just going to slew us up into the air. Alright, we're going to try this again. We're going to expedite my startup here. Lights, radios, transponder, mode Charlie. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is get my RPM up here. I'm gonna pause, and I'm going to take myself up. To about 4,000. Brian, I did see your question pop up here. I will answer you in just a second. Alright. So, alright. RPM's good. Alright. Make sure it should be about there. Alright. Let's unpause this and go ahead and recover. Alright. We're in the air. So I was at 3,000. I want to try this from 5,000 feet. And the question Brian asked is, how did I control the weather from the iPad? And the answer to that, Brian, is there's an app put out by Laminar Research called Control Pad. It connects directly to X-Plane, and you can control virtually everything from the control pad, your starting position, your location, and all that good stuff. So, alright, we're at 4,000. Nice sim pit is what somebody just sent. Well, thanks. I appreciate that, and welcome. Don't think I've seen you around here before. Welcome aboard. All right. We're about at 5,000. Level off here. Let's trim for this. Alright. Now, we're doing about 95 knots along the ground, 5,000 feet. Seems like we're in straight and level flight. Alright. There's my overcast clouds. The layer here is, the bottom's 1,500, the top is 3,000 on 5,000 feet. So I got about 2,000 feet before I hit the top of this cloud layer. Alright. Cruising along, straight and level flight, normal altitude. Okay, boom. I lose my gauges. Okay, now what do I do? Okay, I'm gonna pull my power back. Alright, now let's put in some flaps, shall we? Start with 10. Okay. Let's do full flaps, and then let's go immediately goes a full nose up trim. Now I'm not going to touch these controls. Alright, it appears that we have a right turning tendency. Question asks, are you using Air Manager? That is correct. And yes, Caldwick, I am still fairly new to Twitch. There's a lot of stuff in my profile that I still need to add yet. Alright, so it looks like we're kind of spiraling down in a controlled manner, so to speak. Alright, now remember, the bottom of my cloud layer is 1,500 feet. That's going to give me roughly 500 feet to recover from whatever attitude and pitch that I'm at, and scud run to a nearby field. Alright, I can sort of see the ground. I recover from this first? Alright, there's my ground. Alright. I still have no panel. But I don't want to fall out of the sky either, so I'm going to put some power back in and figure out where I'm at. Michael Sparks, hello sir, how are you and welcome, good to see ya. And you are probably correct, VFE probably does no longer matter in that scenario. However, limitations on the simulator, I think it essentially instilled that crash last time I put VFE in, and I was overspeed. So, alright, I see a beacon over there. I see a beacon over there. Alright. But I've got no panel. I have no idea how much fuel I have. Am I going to make it to that strip? A question just proposed, what's the lumpy thing on the dash? That is a wet compass. Alright, where am I at here? Oh, get out of that layer. Alright, so let's trim those down a little bit. Now, where can I land this bird? See, it didn't really say as I was watching, do I have my GPS? Do I know where I'm at? I mean, did I just lose my gauges? Because if I know where I'm at, it would be easy enough to get back to a field. Alright, so, needless to say, it looked like from 5,000 feet, straight and level flight, that could potentially be a successful recovery. Based on when you, I still think based on when the simul and X-plane here, based on when you put full flaps in. Alright, so I see several fields here, that I could possibly utilize. Question just asked, how come I don't fly Flight Simulator 2020? The reason for that is A, they lack multi-view support. I would have no panoramic, 210 degree view. I would just have one front view that is spanned across, 180 degrees, and it just is real fish-eyed and distorted. So that's the reason why. Brian just asked if I got my AOA indicator calibrated, and yes I did. It is working just fine now. Alright, so I've seen several airport beacons, but again I don't know how much fuel is on board. So I think what I'll do is I will climb back up. I'll clear these clouds out and I'll climb back up to 5,000. Okay, there's a field right there. Looks like it's going to be the closest beacon I see anyway. A question just asked if I can give a tour of my sim pit. I do have a tour video up on my YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel is on the main page of my Twitch. It is quite a bit, you'd have to scroll down a bit, but it is in there. And he asked when it was finished. Well, it's an ongoing project. It seems like things never are really ever finished. Things are always changing. Alright, so I see a field there. Which is apparently a private field. And that private field is Heilman, Heilman, 14 Oscar Hotel. But it has a beacon there, so I'm going to use it. Looks like it's kind of lined up on a final approach here. I don't know if my radios are still working or not because my panel's out, but I will make a traffic call. Heilman traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, short final approach, Heilman. But I don't know what my speed is. I do know that I've got 20 degrees of flaps in. Alright, so this is... Okay, so this is obviously a generic stock airport in X-plane. I can tell that because their runway is nowhere near aligned with any sort of scenery or anything. Alright, I think we're coming in a little hot. Let's go full flaps. And according to the landing rate plug-in, that was an acceptable landing. Alright, so we are on the ground. We are safe. From 5,000 feet, straight and level flight. Now we're going to try this again, and we're going to initiate this same descent maneuver from an unusual pitch, attitude, and bank angle. We'll do that in just a quick second. I'll be right back with you. Park and brake on. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to expedite my ascent up into the sky. I'm just going to slew us up there. That way I'm not going to have to climb all the way up. And we're going to try this again. Only we're going to try it from an unusual pitch, attitude, and bank. Alright. So I want to be configured for flight. So let's see here. I'm going to have flaps up in my normal flight. And I'm going to be right about there. And we'll just say right about 22. Okay. And then I'm going to pause us here. Then I'm going to slew us up through the cloud layer to about, we'll just say, we'll say 5,500. That should give me some time to recover. Okay. Okay, alright. So we're configured for flight. We got prop in. Alright. Ready? Unpause. Alright. So we got it recovered here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to know what bank angle I'm gonna be at, or what attitude. So I think I'm going to how do I want to do this? Alright. Let me just black these out now. Okay. And then I want to bring this cloud layer up to where I'm in it. Alright. So now I have, once I unpause it here, now I'm in the cloud, I'll be in the cloud layer. Okay. So I'm on an IFR flight plan. I'm making my bank. I'm banking for a turn. Alright. There, I'm all over the place. I have no idea my attitude currently. Power back. Put in 10 flaps. Full flaps. Start putting some nose up trim in. I am not using projectors, was a question. These are 3 separate LCD screens. Alright, so we're spiraling down, No idea where we're at currently. We got full flaps in. Alright, I'm not touching the controls. Alright, I think I see the ground starting to poke through. Alright, my bottom layer is still only 500 feet AGL. There it is. Alright. Alright, we're level. Alright, I can at least see where I'm at. I'm going to bring the power back in because I don't want to fall out of the sky. I'm going to bring my trim back down to neutral. And when I feel like I'm going fast enough, I'm going to at least pull out 10 degrees of flaps. Alright. I'm going to pull out 10 degrees of flaps. So we're at flaps 20 right now. And where are we at here? Nearest airfield is going to be Hardin County. India 95. But I think I'm gonna go right back to Elliot's Landing. Question just asked is what size of the displays and what resolution. All that is in the video tour, but I will tell you the front display is a 4K 75 inch, and the side displays are 32 inch at 1080. Let's see. Alright, we'll try that. Starting from a 45-degree bank and 20-degree pitch down. Alright, so we'll do that real quick. Let me climb back up here. It's down there quite a ways. You're gonna have to scroll down the YouTube list quite a bit. But yeah, the thumbnail is you'll see it because the thumbnail is the gate. Yeah, it's the panel here. And it's even in the description here in the title video tour. So you may have scrolled past it or didn't scroll far enough, but it is there. Trust me. Let's VX ourselves up to about 5,000 feet. A good friend of mine builds, I don't know if he still doesn't, but for a while he was building center consoles for aircraft. He had a couple models going for Cessnas and Piper Cherokees, but I've got one of his center consoles here inside Felicity. Comes in real nice. It's got cup holders big enough to hold the larger Yetis. Question just asked if I redid my screens, would I do the sizes differently? And absolutely not. And the reason being is because, you know, I need this thing to be as aircraft specific as possible. And in, you know, your Cessna 172, 182, it doesn't have a 55-inch window. 32-inch window is kind of pushing it here, but you know, I'm limited by what it actually will display. You know, because I don't actually have 3 dimensions, and I wanted to see my wing and my flaps and my ailerons, so that's why I went with the 32-inch. I would not go any bigger than that. That's just me. Okay. Alright, 4,000 feet. So we're going to climb back up to 5,000 feet. I'm going to initiate a 45-degree bank and 20-degree and nose attitude down. And then I'm going to see how it responds then. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bank angle and the pitch attitude in under VFR conditions, and then I will pause it. I will apply the IMC conditions and unpause it, and we'll go from there. Alright. 5,000 3,000 feet. So generally speaking, if I'm descending, I don't have a whole lot of power in. So if I'm descending at, say 20 degrees pitch down, okay, and then a 45-degree bank angle. Alright. So there I am, 20-degree nose down, a 45-degree bank angle. You'll notice I put the bank in the opposite of the tendencies, the turning tendencies it was having. So I'm banking to the left. The thing had tendencies to turn to the right during this recovery procedure. So there, we'll put our cloud layer in. Alright, so we got our cloud layer in here. I got my bank angle in. I'm 20 degrees nose down. Okay, let's see what happens here. Alright. Don't know what I'm doing. Panel just went out. Alright, power back. And then, let's see, those flaps in. We'll put 10 flaps in. And then 20 in. Alright, we'll put our full flaps in. I don't know how fast I'm going. I hope I'm slow enough, but I don't know. And I'm going to go full nose up trim. Now remember, I was banked the opposite direction of the turning tendencies it had, so I don't know what's going to happen once we bust through here. Okay, I can kind of see the ground. It looks like we're spiraling to the left. Okay, barely see the ground. Yep, we're spiraling to the left. We are still in the cloud layer, but I can see the ground. Broke through. Alright, so we were turning to the left. Alright, so let's put power in. Let's bring our trim back to neutral. Alright. Still wants to climb. But I got full flaps in too. Mr. Sparks and Mr. Sparks, good to see ya. Yes, I know you've been watching. I did get your text messages. Alright, so where are we at? Alright, not too far from Elliot's Landing. Now we just went back up in that cloud layer. So we were still climbing apparently. Alright, so we're gonna scud run. Let's go to Packer. Packer is another airport that I designed for airplane. I'm on a straight course for it. So we're going to go land at Packer and call it. But based on what I experienced, other than that one crash there, which I don't know because I put full flaps in. At the exceed speed, or what the case was, and that was at 3,000. Yeah, and it worked fine in the VFR in the IMC conditions. I crashed, so but the VFR I knew what my speed was before I put the flaps in. I was kind of prepared. I will send you a private message with that video, with the link to the video. Alright, so I don't know what my gauges are, obviously, but I've got my iPad here. I know where I'm at. Well, yes, I do have different resolutions. As I said earlier, the front display is a 4K and the side displays are 1080. So they are different resolutions. Alright, I think I'm gonna pull some more flaps out. So the V279 radio should take me right over Packer. Miles. Packer traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, 10 miles northwest, gonna be entering a right downwind 427 Packer. I know. But yeah, we'll do. Well, I don't have a panel here. In fact, I could probably go straight in if I wanted. Technically, you know, it's left-hand traffic. Packer traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, 8 miles northwest, going to be making straight in runway 9 Packer. You know what, I might just make this interesting and try a power off 180 and make the left downwind and pick 27 instead. Comment was X-Plane 12 is looking good. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited for it. I think it's still going to be a long ways off before it's, you know, released. I mean, I'm sure the initial release is still going to be at least 6 months away, and then there's still going to be bugs in it, I'm sure. But there are a lot of cool features that will be nice. The ability to have seasons, you know, winter, spring, summer, fall, and see the snow and everything, that'll be pretty cool. You know, to be able to, you know, have snow-covered airfields. So a power off 180 is a commercial maneuver. However, I don't know if it's like total power off or if it's just like idle. That much I don't know. Maybe somebody can chime in on that one. And so, my horizon's looking about where it needs to be, so I'm pretty sure I'm in straight and level flight. I have enough hours in this thing that I pretty much know, based on where my horizon is, I know that I'm in straight and level flight. I think we're about 5 miles away or so from Packer. There's the field. I am not using any touch screens with Air Manager. That was the question. No, Brian, this is not default scenery. This is ortho. Ortho for XP. I have the entire US covered with ortho. I don't use the default X-plane scenery. But the panel, Caldwick, the panel, I built myself. Everything is functional. Nothing is touchscreen. The only touchscreen thing that I have in here is my iPad, and that's where I foreplay. But everything else is physical. That is correct. The TPM is a Cytec model. So here we are in Radnor, Ohio. And Caldrick says they are hard to find. That is correct. This throttle prop mixture unit is hard to find nowadays. But I've been doing this for every bit of 20 years, and this unit itself is every bit of 10 years old. I like Packer. It's got a neat approach kind of through the trees coming from the east. Packer traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, right downwind 27 Packer. Alright, I still have no panel, but I do have my field in sight. I am on the right downwind. I do know by the engine sound, about how fast I'm going. But I already have 20 degrees of flaps in. I'm not going to try the power off 180 because I don't know if it's full power off or if it's just idle. I'm going to read up on that. But I do know it's a commercial maneuver. Packer traffic 33 Foxtrot, right base 27 Packer. Packer traffic 33 Foxtrot, right base to short final approach 27 Packer. I should technically go around, but I got this. Great landing. How about that? Welcome to Radnor, Ohio. A little bit north of Delaware. And this is Packer 5 Echo 9er. I've landed here a couple of times in real life. Alright, I think I'm going to call it for the day. If you are new here, feel free to go ahead and follow so you can catch the next one. If you come back to see me, I do appreciate it. Appreciate each and every one of you that take time to come out and watch. Yeah. So I think that maneuver worked out well. I wasn't sure about the turning tendencies. The demonstration I saw, it was a left turning tendency. This was a right turning tendency, and there's so many variables that could attribute to that. We're in a simulator. It all depends on the flight model, But the 182 here from Coronado is, I feel like it's a fairly accurate flight model. So, there we are. Let me shut everything down here. Here we are, it's going off. G5 going off. Mixture's lean. Lights are off. Mags off and master off. Alright. Okay. Tack time. This one, 466.7. So about 0.9. Alright. is it. Again, I appreciate it. Um, Everything that I stream on Twitch, I do filter over to YouTube. So this, if you caught the late part of it, the video will be on my YouTube channel here in a little bit as well. And Caldwick, I will go ahead and message you the link to the tour video. I will do that here through Twitch, so that you can check that out. So yeah, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.